What is up, my dudes? My name is Dude, and welcome to a tier list video where we'll be making a Zelda game tier list. Yeah, this is the only idea I had right now, and I put them all in order, so let's begin. The Legend of Zelda 1. Legend of Zelda 1 was such a bland game. It was really boring, but it was really straightforward, so I'm gonna give it a C tier. Next up, The Legend of Zelda Link to the Past. A beautiful game, a masterpiece almost. But there it was a little bit longer and a little bit more, let's say it made me a little bit angry, so A tier. Hey, this is see, I'm a dude from the future. I came to tell you that if it looks a little blurry, that's just because I had to crop out all the ads and stuff just to make you guys have the best experience of the tier list. Make sure to subscribe and like the video. Let's say it made me a little bit angry, so A tier. The Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening. Oh, we're gonna count the DX version. But if I had to say the DX version, I'll have to go just C, because it's just so much. But if you had to go, pretend this is the new version, I'll have to go with an A. That was a good game. The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. Absolute S tier. A banger of a game. First 3D Zelda game, N64, 3DS port. I'm doing it on my channel. Make sure to go check out that video. Part 2 coming soon. Amazing bosses, amazing music, amazing gameplay. Majora's Mask, the sequel, well, canon sequel to Ocarina of Time because of timelines. I want to say it's S tier, but the problem with Ocarina of Time is just really tedious where you had to go back in time and back and forth, back and forth. And I just didn't love the game as much. It was still a very good game, confusing a lot, but it still had so much collectability that you needed a expansion pack on the N64. It also got a 3DS port in 2015. Anyway, I'm gonna have to give it B tier. I don't like it that much. A tier. It's still a good game. Um, haven't haven't played, so I don't know. I'm just gonna put him F for I don't know. I should put him D because he's probably better than that. Wind Waker. Okay. I love this game. We all love this game. But Wind Waker, it's just, it's a little bit. It's a masterpiece, but it's just like I don't have much to say about it. It was a really good game. I played it on the channel. Do not check out those videos because that's when I had Android phone recordings. But it was still a very good uh game nonetheless. Legend of Zelda Links to the Past plus Four Swords, Game Boy Advance, C tier. I don't. It was definitely a good port, a cool port, but it just wasn't. It wasn't so super like the Super Nintendo. It was a little bit. It was just not what I wanted. That's not the version I'd play. Plus Four Swords, it was okay. I don't really like it. I prefer Four Swords Adventure, which is a awesome game, which goes to B tier because Four Swords. I have that game on the GameCube, and it had levels, puzzles, and each level was like 30 minutes long, 40 minutes long, and that made it so special because it's like that's perfect for making episodes and recording. I love the game in general. It's just a really good game. So B tier. Minish Cap, easy S tier. For being on the Game Boy Advance, this was a awesome game. Where you were Link having to fight Vatiti or something, and you had to go to the Minish and stuff. It was just amazing. Dungeon, story, gameplay, so good. Twilight Princess. Now I'm gonna give it an A tier, but this goes in front of all these games. Majora's Mask beats Link's Awakening DX, and It does not. Yeah, it's. Oh no, I have to just for the music. I love the music too much. Okay, this is a hard choice. Where do I put these? When I played them, I like. I just have better memories with Majora's Mask. But anyway, let's talk about Twilight Princess. Twilight Princess was a teen rated game, the first and ever Zelda game that was rated T. It was a really beautiful masterpiece, especially the Wii U version, the HD. Oh my gosh, so good. And I just love it so much because I remember my dad came home and he brought it in a GameStop bag, and I remember I just put it in the Wii and I played it. So A tier, Phantom Hourglass. Now people might think this is because of the controls, but I beat it and I put it right here. I put it right in front of Minish Cap because this was such a good game. If you learned how to control Link, it was a really fun game to play. Like a really fun game. That's why I made it my profile picture for YouTube. Spirit Tracks. Another banger! But again, I'll have to put it right here. Because I didn't love it. It wasn't the same as Spirit. It was not the same as Phantom Hourglass. The problem with Spirit Tracks is like it was short and it involved a lot of puzzle. And the only reason I would be an S, but the only thing is I hate about it is the flute. I hate it so much. Never bring up the flute again. If Nintendo ever does this, I do not ever want them to do that again. So we're moving on. Ooh, The Legends of the Skyward Sword. Easy A tier, beating. I have better memories with it. Yeah, I do. It was a really cool game. It's the first Zelda game in the timeline, and I thought it was a masterpiece. It was so good on the Wii. I never played it on Switch, but I just remember how much fun I had with it, and the originality of that was so good. So A tier. Link Between Worlds. Oh, this is also a banger. It's an easy A tier, but where? This is like it's kind of like it's same map as Link to the Past, kind of same concept, but it's just like I'm gonna put it right in front of Link to the Past just because the controls and gameplay and like interactive was a lot better, but Link to the Past still holds up really well to me. Okay, last three games. The Legend of Zelda Triforce Heroes for the 3DS. It's probably fun with a bunch of people, but the story is really bad. C tier. Like this is worse. It's better than this, but it's not the I'd rather play the original Zelda than this. Just because of how it was portrayed. Like there was no hot button to turn between the links when you were playing. You had to click on the bottom, and that's a tedious, and I don't feel like doing this. The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. Easy S tier. Beating Minish Cap, but still it's going right there. Also, Minish Cap beats Wind Waker. I personally like it better than Wind Waker. Sorry. Breath of the Wild. I just remember put so many hours into that game because of how much I loved it. Exploration and the amount of wait I had to wait for the sequel, which is the last Zelda game, goes to dun 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 S tier. It goes a little bit before Breath of the Wild, but that's just because everything in Breath of the Wild I loved. It's only like half of it came to Tears of the Kingdom, and it fulfilled it, but it was just so many things that I just loved so many things in Breath of the Wild that it was just like I just can't let Breath of the Wild go yet. But first place is Ocarina of Time because I remember the amount of years I wanted this game. It took me like 7 years to get the game. It took me. I only got the game like 5 years ago. Well, actually, no, that math doesn't make. It took me like 5 years to get the game. It took me. Yeah, it took me 5 years to get it recorded. I wanted this game ever since I was 3 years old. I thought it was so cool. But yeah, this is my Zelda tier list. Hope you guys enjoyed. My name's my dude. Peace out.